Look how handsome you are.
Thanks.
Ooh. Let me get one more screenshot. Look at my baby. Ooh. Well, I won't say handsome. I'll say fine. Because fine is better. Apparently, handsome is what parents say to their sons to build their self-esteem.
Handsome is what mothers say to their sons, or parents say to their sons, and is something that girls who don't usually give compliments to men say. So it's like they'd be like, you're very handsome. I thought you were very handsome. And you'd be like, give me my credit. Say you fine. That's what you want to say, but a lot of women just can't give it up. Like men give it up to women immediately. Oh, you are gorgeous. Oh, you're beautiful. Oh, you're fine. Women are like, yeah, I noticed he was very handsome. And then it's just like, if a guy is, they'll tell their girls who they think is like super fine. They tell a girl, oh, girl, I was at Aldi's. Oh,
we don't even have that. Oh, no.
He was so funny. They
oh. Well, let's get started with the show. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. I'd like to welcome you to episode number 55 of the Marriage Go Round podcast with real life married couple Tanjareen and CT. We do this on a Wednesday because we got married on a Wednesday, met on a Wednesday. I was born on a Wednesday, and wed is in the word Wednesday. Shout out to the people who were here when I first created this podcast link. Can't wait. This episode is going to be fun, Jordan Taylor said a few hours ago. Autumn Reed says, sometimes in our lives, we all have pain. We all have problems. But if we are wise, we know that there's always the Marriage Go Round podcast. What song is that to?
Lean on me.
Sometimes in our lives, we all have pain. We all have problems. But if we are wise, we know that there's always the Marriage Go Round podcast.
Man, I want to lean on me when you're not strong. I'll be your friend.
You can't turn to Stevie Wonder. You carry on, lean on me. It won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on.
Lean on me.
Okay. I like it. You turning to Ray Charles at the end there.
Yeah,
all right, my baby.
Get a little Ray and Steve.
Thank you so much, Autumn Reed, for encouraging us to sing. But we are actors trying to get back on the set. Kenny King.
Every time I hear Lean on Me, I always get like goosebumps a little bit because like they don't make songs like that anymore. Boyz II Men did one a little bit where they start singing without music in the background, and then you just get a little bit of the acapella, and then the beat comes in. I love those.
I love that too. And a shout out to our friend Mr. Kingsley on all music platforms. He has a song called "You Gonna Get This D" or YGGT. I don't know how to say it, but
YG.
I didn't feel like going through all that.
TD.
Right, that song. And it starts off with the music, and Kim is doing a beautiful job singing. And then they cut the music at the end, and you can really hear the crispness of her voice.
And I've been telling BT for a long time, Mr. Kingsley, I've been telling him for a long time, like a lot of his lyrics, he's such a great writer that a lot of his lyrics get lost because of a beat sometimes. And it's like, yo, if you can just do the song, and then as soon as the song ends, do a little bit more of the song or the chorus with no music, like that's your gift. That's something that no other artist is doing, and you can stand out like that.
So what I just heard is that you were the musical director on BT's album, Mr. Kingsley, The Book of Fly.
No, I'm unofficial, but I also am the reason he chose that album cover. I chose that, and I chose. I was one of the people who chose the title as well.
I was one of the people who chose the title.
And then, I just talked to BT. Like that's BT being my friend. The benefit of him being my friend, and also that I'm like his biggest fan, is that like I'm like, man, I'm his biggest fan, and I also get to talk to him, so I can tell him what I'm thinking.
He is our best friend. Autumn Reed said the words were changed to avoid copyright infringement. Appreciate that. You guys make a good singing couple. Thank you, Jordan Taylor. GW's in the building. Lacey Lex says thoroughly enjoyed the music breaks. Gonna bust that If It's Magic by Stevie. Oh, is that what he was doing, Jarrell? When he was doing that? Very nice duet with this emoji. And that's from Monty. You know, Monty is very strict. One day, there's going to be another episode of what we used to call CT Singing Showcase. Monty's one of the judges on that. One day that'll come back. Hello, great to see you two today. Thank you, Guy. He's giving me background music again. CT, the EP executive producer, Green Ranger says, what a great couple. Excited about this episode. Thank you, John Law.
Hey, Green Ranger, you ready for COD after the show? You got to download it. You ready, my guy?
Did y'all talk about this ahead of time so he should be ready?
Yeah, we talked about it yesterday. I invited
Excellent.
him to the PlayStation chat.
Excellent.
Lexi, do you have it as well? Do y'all play on two different TVs?
First of all,
y'all both got two different systems.
They don't have time to both be playing the game at the same time. I've decided.
You've decided.
I've decided.
Can't nobody take no naps.
They got two kids. She be cooking meals every day, and she has a job. She does not have time to sit down and play a video game at the same time he's playing a video game. So I'm gonna say no.
Let me tell you how funny Lexi Lex is, yo.
She's the best.
Lexi Lex does a story the other day. First time I'd ever seen her do like a story where she was just like talking and kicking the ballistics. And she was in line at like a Costco or Sam's Club, somewhere they serve gas. Mm-hmm. And she was in line and she was just doing stories until she got her turn. And then she was like, "Oh, looks like I'm next." And the story just cut off, like she's done. I'm like, "Where's the conclusion?"
I hope she's alive. Let's make sure we saw her.
That's
okay,
a crazy joke. Yes, she's alive. I'm just saying.
I'm dark. King James says, ready.
Perfect. King James.
Piss says COD.
Yeah, the original. Man, Piss don't be paying attention in the group chat, bro. I said this days ago. I said, "Yo, Modern Warfare 1, the same one we was playing during the pandemic. We're gonna play. We be in the PlayStation. Let's do it." And I did it. I did it Monday, then I did it again yesterday, and then we did it Sunday, did it again yesterday, and then I was like, "Yo, let's do it again after marriage go round."
Pause. All right, so real quick, you trying to do it again with these guys in the group chat? Okay, so did you
Autumn's there too?
Did you receive?
I also invited Lexi.
We were talking to Pitch.
Gender.
Did you receive anything last week? I hope I got it right. CT.
Guy Trip, thank you, because I went off on a tangent. Man, thank you so much, Guy Trip. I got your Young Cash app. Let me tell you something, brother. You're doing your thing. I appreciate it, man. I'm very grateful. I hate that you can't send messages back on Cash App.
That's why I like Venmo, because you can say how you feel about it.
Yeah, like I wanted to give a soliloquy, and I was like, man, I don't think he's on IG. I don't be on Facebook, so I'm like, I hope he comes in today, and you did. So I can thank you. Thank you so much.
Which is hugs. Let me hug you. All right, let's see. Piss uses Vonage. Lexi Lex says, "I'm alive, Tanjareen." She also says, "Yes, we play on different systems, but I'm not playing as often." All right, we've gone way too far into this podcast without reminding you and telling you what it is. It's a relationship podcast. So we shouldn't be talking about all these video games and all this other stuff. We're focused on relationships. So we started off, bad us. Y'all don't pick up the habit. Keep your questions and comments based on relationships. We're going to talk about relationships, funny relationship memes, and take advice and give advice after we sing our theme song that he made that face because he thought that was next. But right now, it's time. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, and do. 5, 6, 7, 8. Marriage go round. Marriage go round. Marriage go round. Because it's married things and things are rock. Married things and things are rock. Now, why do you have an extra?
Let's finish this up. Real relationship podcast.
Okay, let's go to the
Blocka.
It's episode 55. Let's work on the choreography, okay? We point to ourselves, Tanjareen and CT.
No, you always pointed for us.
We used to do it with me.
I've never pointed with you.
Tangerine, because you didn't want to tell me I did it wrong. The first time I did Tangerine and CT, you were like, no, so you did it wrong.
Crazy
Tangerine and CT's marriage go round.
But
then
you
it
can't
goes,
remember to bring this
listen,
there.
1, 2, this way, then 1, 2, and then you start to go like this.
Wait, you said 1, 2, this way.
Look, face me, baby, face me.
1, 2, this way.
Hey, 1, 2, this way.
I'm not gonna remember that.
No, baby.
You see how hard of a time I just had with that?
This is gonna become natural.
No.
It's gonna become natural. So it's Tangerine.
I don't dance.
That's why this looks so good, because you're a great dancer. You just need to be reminded of that. Okay, so Tangerine, we point to me.
So I got a point for Tangerine.
And CT.
My arms don't work like that.
Baby, I know you're buff now because you've been in the gym, but you can point to me. I'm right here.
I'm gonna do this.
Tangerine. Okay, that's fine. And CT's, that's you. Marriage go around, and then we go this way first to the right. You're right-handed.
Yeah, I'm going to the right.
So married things and things are rock. Married things and things are rock. The real. Then we cross our arms back to back. The Real Relationship Podcast. Baraka. Okay, we're ready. Here we go. Take 2.
Oh no, I'm not singing it again.
Baby, but you're gonna forget when you do choreography. It's really good to do it right when it's fresh.
I did it.
But baby, you're not gonna remember this next week. Are you gonna remember this?
Yep.
You sure you don't want to review?
I'm positive.
How about half
No.
energy? That's what you do in dance class. You just do a little bit.
No.
So married things and things. All right. I hope you remember this for next week.
We'll see.
Ladies and gentlemen, wait till next week. I'm so proud of him. Funny couple goals. Let's see. Where's the theme song? We got it. Ashley's clapping. Pew, 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 pew. Lexi's laughing. Video games are part of the relationship. We are a package deal. Sergeant One Man Army 05. The blocka, pew, pew, pew that CT did. They are laughing. CT put an extra salsa on that. Yeah, he always goes and does a little on this side, but we got them together this time. Let's see. Tanj choreographing like a young Paula Abdul. Ooh, I like that, Randy. Tanjareen and his choreography. Lexi Lex is going to be so good next week. I have so much faith. I feel like CT is getting bullied right now. He definitely is. Now you shut your trap, guy trip. You guys have to be in sync with each other. Thank you, Jordan Taylor. All right. So what you been up to since last Wednesday?
Great question. I never remember.
I used to take notes, but I didn't do it this week because I was like, let me let him say it.
Let's go backwards. All right. So we went to the movie Sunday.
We did during the hurricane.
Yeah, we saw Mr. Hurricane.
Didn't even feel it.
Thank God.
The quake.
Glory be.
Yes.
We went to go see. I can't say what we went to go see.
Yeah, we can't.
A superhero movie and an animated movie.
They know what it is now.
With some mutants. Anyway,
I wonder what that is.
That Saturday,
a Latino superhero movie and an animated movie with mutants. What could we have seen?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Saturday. Okay, I remember Thursday night I performed at the Belly Room at the Comedy Store.
Yeah.
And then I don't think I did anything Friday or Saturday.
You just sat here all day?
No, I went and got that lift in. I didn't go anywhere. I didn't go to the gym Sunday or Monday. So that's how I usually know what I did for the week. But yeah, went in there yesterday, which is Tuesday. And then I'm going again today. Probably later tonight, though.
Monty said, please don't forget the choreography next week. I'm nervous.
We'll see.
You too young to have this bad memory, CT.
Lexi Lex.
My mom says that all the time about him.
Really?
Yeah. Remember when we used to do Extravaganza, the comedy, poetry, music show he used to produce? Nobody knew we were dating. I would help him with it behind the scenes. And he'd always from the stage in the show go, Tanj, what else supposed to tell everybody? And every week my mom was like, or every month, my mom was like, does CT have a memory problem? He's so young.
And at that time, I was only like 25. So,
I don't know. Anyways, yes, we survived the hurricane.
That's crazy. I was 25 with a bad memory. You know what it is? It's not even just having a bad memory. I only remember things that are important to me.
Okay, so what you did in your life wasn't important?
No, it's just like those are minute things. Like it's not important to me. Like what's important to me is remembering the guy who played the extra on the Jamie Foxx show during one of my favorite episodes.
The one with the tuxedo shirt?
Yeah, he was hilarious.
Guy, yeah.
Or thinking about the episode of Seinfeld where he got the bus boy fired and I met the bus boy and I told him I remember the episode. Like that kind of stuff is important to me. But remembering what the date of a show the following month isn't.
Well, it's weird that you find those things important and not what you were trying to tell your audience at the show you produced and worked so hard.
I'm not a scientist. I don't know how it works with your mind, but
speaking of meeting the busboy, I've been striking a lot. I've been picketing in front of studios. It was litty in the city yesterday in front of Disney. I got to meet a lot of favorites. I got to meet
the new Lois Lane, aka
Rachel Brosnahan,
aka
I got to see Garcelle Bouvet.
Well, the title of her show.
Well, we're not supposed to be. Yeah, I was surprised you even said Lois Lane. I saw Martin Sheen, Bob Odenkirk, Better Call Saul.
Well, you just said the name of the show.
I didn't mean to because I actually call him Better Call Saul because I didn't remember his real name until first. But anyway, it's really hard to not strike. To not scab. Anyways, today was a low-key day, but I did get to meet Nico, who you might know as Uncle Clifford from P-Valley. And did not know he's from Detroit.
Really?
We talked for a while.
Really?
I chopped it up, talked about your school, his school.
What? What school did he go to?
He's my people. I forgot, but it's one of the fancy ones like you went to. We talked about
I did not go to a
Northland Mall closing. We had a good old time.
I didn't know he was from Detroit.
I didn't either.
Did y'all become friends? You exchanged numbers and Instagrams?
We're BFFs. We're BFFs. I also met
Cut to you inviting him over the house for like a gathering, and he bring what's his name? Lil Murder?
Oh, that would be lit. Now,
but
mind you,
we thinking it's just a homie, but they're like, no.
Oh, they really together. You wild because you know Lil Murder's married in real life.
He is married in real life. And he's an amazing actor. Shout out to J.I. Founds.
And he wasn't dressed the way he is on that show. So I had to look at him and I was like, hold on, are you Nico? And he was like, yes. And then I can't find him. But anyways, I also met Edward James almost today.
Oh, nice.
Almost, or however you say it. So he was really cool. But anyways, back to relationships, which we never got into. Let's see, what do I want to talk about? Anything you want to say about?
Boyfriend. Good.
What do you want to know about him?
I hate that that's your responses.
Very patient, understanding when I don't have time for him because I'm with you.
Like, he's really the opposite of me.
Yes, that's the point. Patient. You make sure your boyfriend is not like your husband. Otherwise, why would you have two of the same kind of guy? Duh. These are the rules. CT with that good private school education. Exactly, Randy.
Oak Park High School. Shout out to Oak Park. When I went there, it was the beginning of the end. Let me tell you something. The first semester that I was there, I remember going into the school, and mind you, I came from Detroit public schools. So in Detroit public schools, the lunch that they fed us was like the square pizza, the spaghetti and milk carton. You know,
those two things shouldn't even be together.
With the hard piece of bread. I got to the first day of high school at Oak Park High School, and they had a lunchroom, and where the food was, they had Domino's pizza. They also had, I think, like McDonald's, and they had some kind of chicken, KFC chicken. And I was like, in a school? Like, I thought that's something that you see in college. That was only for that year. 10th grade came around, and it was the regular frozen box pizza that they cooked in the kitchen. And it was just, I was glad I got to experience it at least that one year.
Congratulations.
Sam, did you find
it? CT secretly went to Cranbrook.
Yo, how do you even know the name of that?
Reed knows everything.
That's very funny.
Notice about her?
I heard that name all through my childhood, especially when I lived in Auburn Hills from 4th to 6th grade.
He was dressed regular.
Oh, can I see the picture first?
Sorry.
Show the people. They can't
so that's
see that.
why I was like, I've seen him as a guy, so I had to make sure it was him.
Oh man, well he's a guy no matter what.
I know, but he's usually dressed very feminine, so I wasn't sure. We got a super sticker because my super chat and super stickers are enabled on YouTube. Thank you for Debt Free Dad sending a $2 super sticker. Those kisses are just for you, Debt Free Dad. Thank you. If anybody sends a Cash App or a Venmo or a Zelle and I don't thank you live on the air, if you sent it live on the air, that means you need to tell me in the comments to check for it and tell him in the comments to check for his so we can thank you live and give you your accolades right now.
You know who he is. He's a debt-free dad. It's the same rhythm as Just For Me, but you just gotta replace it with debt-free dad.
All right, it seems like I've got a topic right here. Boyfriends don't get husband treatment. Women often do so much to the point the lines get blurred and don't get the same energy. Okay.
Wait a minute, let's read it again.
This is from Ashley White.
Boyfriends don't get husband treatments. I disagree. Women often do so much to the point that the lines get blurred and don't get the same energy. Okay, I agree with that. Women do a lot. That is the reason why a lot of men don't marry women. Because it's like, when I moved in with Tanjareen originally, I was like, I need to propose to her immediately. Because why would I propose if I'm getting the milk for free for the long term? So I needed to go in, make this decision, because I know if I'd have been there and didn't propose to her, we just wouldn't have got married. Because Tanjareen has been a wife since day one, as far as like, looking out and taking care of things. And yeah, that's just how it goes.
CT, can I use the debt-free dad vocal?
Absolutely. Debt-free dad.
That's about to be on the video on the end of all of his YouTubes. That's me and my homeboy Edward James. Anyways, almost. So what did somebody say? They faxed Tanjareen when I was talking about husbands inside dudes. Tanjareen out here dropping gems. Yes, Monty loves me.
But women do give men, they do give boyfriends husband treatment. And here's the thing. I don't think you should separate how you treat people based on the title that you have. I think just treat them how you want them to be treated.
Treat them like you want to be treated.
I've never had a girlfriend that I treated less than because she was a girlfriend. I never had a female friend that I treated as just a friend. Like, you just treat people how you want to treat them.
Well, there's two sides to that because we've done an episode on what are you saving for marriage? Are you not going to cook for your man? Are you not going to let him do certain intimate things with you until you're married? What are you saving for marriage? And some people believe that you shouldn't save things for marriage because how you practice how you play how you practice. So if you're not used to taking care of a man and being nurturing, you may get into a marriage and be like, well, you already knew what it was. I wasn't doing that stuff when you dated me for the last 3-4 years. I'm not gonna do it now. So there's that side of it.
A lot of
then
people
there's
think like that.
then there's the other side of it, whereas you just give love and you take care of what you're gonna take care of, and you let them see what it will be like to choose you, and then you carry that same energy into the relationship. So there are two different sides to that, and some people agree, some people disagree. I think I did. I gave a lot before we got married,
but I think that's you as a person. I don't think like you've done that with every one of your boyfriends. I don't think anything you've done for me has been out of the norm for what you've done for previous guys. Me with you,
let me tell you guys,
dramatically different.
How did I know that I love this guy? Because I don't like ice. Ice is an annoying nuisance that gets in the way of what you're drinking.
It's amazing.
It's like I used to keep a glass in the refrigerator. If I wanted something to be chilled, I would just pour the chilled drink in the chilled glass and drink it that way. But ice was annoying. Or I drink at room temperature because my body's already almost 100 degrees hot, and when you drink something room temperature, which is I drink a lot of water, you can taste it better. I knew I loved this man when I went out and bought an ice tray for my home so that he could have ice when he came over.
That's nice.
I didn't do that for anybody else. I did it for this man. It's the little things. When I saw myself doing that, I was like, huh. Also went out and got a trash can for the bedroom and the bathroom because I didn't like having trash cans in different rooms. But you would ask about it, and I was like, I hate it.
Yeah, because I'm like, if you're in the bed, I'm supposed to get up and go into the kitchen and throw this away? That makes no sense.
It's a champagne problem, but my mother raised us in a really big house in Inglewood, so my job was to go and empty all the trash cans in the house at the end of the week to get it ready to go out. So when I moved to my own place, I said, I'm going to have one big trash can in the kitchen on the way out the back door, and that's going to be it. And every time I had trash, I took it that way. So you see how that carries over into my adult life. So when you start asking for a trash, I said, okay, I'm going to get him a trash because it's important to him at my house that he then eventually moved into. And then I also got an ice tray at a different time.
But that's what's so funny about trash day is Tanjareen doesn't like emptying trashes, but will like the bathroom right there. She conveniently pulls the trash can out, sets it by the door for you to get the trash into the other bags. I didn't know that's what she was doing.
I'm trying to help you out.
I was like, if you're going to go through the trouble of doing all this, you could have just dumped the trash.
But that's your job. And I like to watch you take pride in doing that. Lexi says, people out here saving butt stuff for marriage, LMAO. You remember that clip that I posted. CT, we'll get back to this question. This is a great question. Let me star it. Everyone give their best in a relationship. If your woman gets called a B, her man can't say, I don't protect, I'm saving that for marriage. So you're saying if somebody disrespects your woman,
oh, that's funny,
you should take up for her, maybe fight them as if that was already your wife. I see what you're saying. Saving for marriage is the best way to have a wonderful life, Jordan Taylor says. Tanjareen fancy, got ice glasses in the fridge. It's definitely the little things. I believe treat them how you expect to treat them forever, but just keep your eyes open to make sure it works for you. He also needs to reciprocate things that would please you, so it's give and take, grow together. I definitely agree with that, Monty.
Yeah, but whatever you allow is what you allow. Just because you say it should be reciprocal, if he doesn't show you that reciprocation, he's not going to magically do it.
And if you stay in it for years and still just keep complaining to your friends that he's not showing it to you, he's not going to change. Let's see. Treat them like it's an audition. Oh, what's up, Patrice? Bowie, my mom's friend, my friend.
Yes.
Patrice.
The only Patrice that we know.
Well, I want them to know too that's Team Barber.
What's up, Patrice?
Treat them like it's an audition. They need to know what their life will look like if they propose. If they take too long, then they don't appreciate what you are offering.
That's true too.
That's true. And how long is too long, ladies? How long do you stay with a man and show him what it would be like as an audition, waiting for him to propose? 2 years? 6 years?
It depends on what part of your life you're in. If you're in your early 20s, it's not a time limit. If you're in your mid 30s as a woman without kids and you're interested in having kids, that's where you got to give it the
wait a minute
2-3 year max.
Wait a minute. If you're in your 20s, you should just let a guy string you along for 7-8 years, not proposing?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying if you're in your early 20s, neither of y'all know anything. You need to decide if you're going to try and enjoy your 20s or you're trying to hunker down and create a life. So that isn't like, and mind you, if y'all are both on the same page or not. If he is in the mindset of, I'll wait till I'm 30 something to chill out, and you're in your 20s like I'm ready to chill out now, then y'all aren't equally balanced. And that therefore you can't put the time on it. Because if he's not ready, then what are we talking about? If he's not ready and you know he's not ready, give him 2 years.
And hope that he change, because we're always trying to change a man. So if we
Yeah.
give him 2 years, is that us trying to change him?
Well, what you're talking about and what I'm talking about is two different things. Trying to see what he's on with communication is great, but seeing how long something's going to take. If you're devout on I'm going to try and create this thing, 2.5 years in your early 20s. If you're trying to change your man, that's a completely different problem.
And the way I merge them together is sometimes people will have a girlfriend, but they still want to be living, they want to live a Playboy lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's like, well, when I settle down, I'll really settle down and I'll ask her. But he really doesn't have any intention of ever settling down. He never wants to change that Playboy lifestyle. So that's what I meant by change.
Oh, I know what I want to talk about. So go ahead and read those.
Okay. And then I have something. Let me see. I think Leslie Lex says, I think women think of marriage time frame differently than men do.
Yeah.
For sure they do. Maybe that they're just trying to find the right time, even though it may take a while. Yes, Jordan Taylor. Autumn says that's love. When you're willing to make changes to make your significant other comfortable. My mom knew she loved my dad when she bought him tires because she saw his were bad.
Ooh, that's love.
That is love. I remember I used to buy him little things that he needed, and now he can buy them for himself. So I'd be like, how can I show him my love? You know?
Well, you know, you can still buy them.
But you always,
What?
but now Amazon exists. So immediately you just get whatever you want yourself. But I used to be able to look around your place and be like, oh, let me do this, let me do that, let me do this. And I'll come over and surprise you. Z-Dog says, can't go all out getting the same energy back, mess around and waste a whole lot of time, sex, mental, etc. Give them 3 months. 2 years is too long. Ask questions and test them. 3 months, Z-Dog? That's a short amount of time to find out if somebody's going to propose. I mean, goodness gracious. All right, Lexi Lex has a question. She's in the green room. And Ashley White has a question. She's in the green room. And Lexi Lex says, I'm intrigued. Go ahead, baby.
This is real quick. Number one, first statement that will lead to this story. First statement is, a lot of times you will look back at previous relationships and dating and be like, oh man, I wonder what life would have been like with that person. And then a lot of times you get a chance to talk to these people and see where their minds are, just catching up. And you be glad that you were led away from them because they would have never fit into your life moving forward. Here's a great example. I told y'all the story before, me getting beat up in 8th grade. So I talked to that girl about a week ago, just like catching up, like, hey, how you been? All of that. We were on the phone, and then she was like, yeah, hold on a second. I'm sorry, I'm on the toilet. And I was like, you're what? And she was like, yeah, I'm on the toilet, and I'm about to get in the shower. So I was like, you don't talk to me while you're on the toilet, yo. That's disgusting. And then she was like, no, it's just, and I hung up the phone. I didn't want to know if it was number one, number two. You don't talk to, you're not my sister or my cousin, or I didn't grow up in a house with you. You don't talk to nobody on the phone while you're on the toilet. You ain't my woman. That's disgusting.
And y'all not close. You haven't talked to her in years.
I haven't talked to this girl in years. I haven't seen her since I was 11 years old. And you just on the toilet, and then she texts and gonna tell me, ooh, Hollywood changed you. Apparently.
To make you not crass and gross. I'm glad Hollywood changed you, baby.
Jesus.
So she made that your fault, which is crazy. Christopher Robinson says,
no ownership, which shows that people don't take accountability.
Look at that.
I hate when people don't take accountability. It's literally, I will shut down. These days now, if I'm talking to somebody, even if I'm talking to Tanjareen, and I see that there's not going to be any accountability, I'm done. I don't even have the energy to argue.
I love it. Christopher says, giving marriage time is a good thing considering you don't know if you really can live with your dating partner, habits, lifestyle, etc. That's why, I mean, I know it's, living in sin, but I do recommend people live together for a little bit before they actually get married, because it's a lot to work out when you move in with somebody, and then you might change your mind and save yourself a lot of time and heartache with planning a wedding and having everybody show up and all that stuff. Some girls do be caring, but apparently their brains function better when they're on the toilet. Oh my goodness, that's funny.
It's disgusting.
Okay, so we had a couple questions that I starred here. Let's unstar this one. Randy says, CT, when did you know you wanted to marry Tanj? Like, what exact moment did you know? Then he says right after that, CT, how did you know for yourself that Tanj was the one you wanted to spend the rest of your life with? And same question for Tanj. CT, were you nervous to pop the question?
Backwards and forwards, I was nervous once I got down on my knee, because it's easy to talk about something. It's like sitting down on the couch and you say, I need to start going to the gym. And then you stand up and you be like, whoa, What was I thinking? You know what I mean? So when I was on my knee, I got nervous. But leading up to it, I wasn't nervous at all. What was the moment? The moment I knew was, so I keep talking about when I moved in with Tanjareen, but y'all don't know the history behind me moving in. I mean, the story behind me moving in with her. So I had a studio apartment. The rent was like $720, something like that. Not including bills, but I wasn't paying bills. I was just, the gas and the light, but I was delinquent. I paid my lights. I wasn't paying that gas. And gas let you build up for a couple of months. I digress.
You still owe them the electric bill.
I do not.
You do.
I do not owe them anything. We did the credit check. It's all
it's somehow not on there, but you never paid that last couple months of the electric bill.
They got to take care of it. So anyway, before I was living there for about a year and a half, and then when you working, it's a month-to-month thing, and I didn't have any money, and I was like, I am about to be evicted. I knew it was coming because I didn't have any money, and I didn't have any solutions as far as getting me any money. And I was talking to Tanj, and I told her what was going on, and she was like, "Oh, just move in with me." And I was like, "Nah," because in my mind, that would have been admitting that I failed, and I could not do that because I needed to, And then I was sitting, and I thought to myself, "Man, this is pride talking." And then I was like, "Wow, shout out to a woman caring enough about me to want to include me in her space." Not that we weren't already technically living together anyway, because I was at her crib more than I was mine. But it was just the fact of I didn't want to depend on anybody. I didn't want to depend on a woman because my father, the fear was my father stayed with my mom, and my father and mother weren't great at communication. And my father and my mom would argue. When they would argue, he would just leave and go back to his mother's house. Well, I can't do that because I live in California. So I'm like, I didn't want to be in a position to where she could tell me to get out. So those are all the reasons I didn't want to do it. And then I swallowed my pride and was just like, this woman loves you enough to care about how you live and how you land and getting your money together. And I moved in with her. And I didn't move in for free. I was still paying some bread. Like, we just split the bills and created a partnership. And I think in that moment, that's when I was like, I'm going to marry her because she's shown me that she actually cares more than any of these other girls that I've dealt with before who wouldn't care if you even ate that day. And then, like I said, when I actually got down on one knee, I was very nervous. Not that she would say no. I knew she would say yes. No disrespect. It was just like, you can't say no to this type of proposal. I got your family there. Your daddy's there. I asked for his permission, your mama. But the nervous part was about to propose. And I always have a plan. So I'm like, I'm about to propose and we get married next year. It wasn't like I'm proposing and we're going to be engaged for 5 years. All disrespect to people who've been engaged for 5 years.
Yeah, what's that about?
So yeah, that's the answer.
That's funny. Shorter version of that, because that's not how I remember it at all. The way we moved in together, the way I remembered it, but the way you said it was much sweeter and makes me sound even more amazing. We were driving past a yard sale, and I'm not a big yard sale person, but they had some furniture, and we pulled up and looked at it, and he was looking at a table or something for his place, and he was thinking about getting it, and then I was like, or you could just move in with me. And he started laughing and said, "Oh man, what time does that show come on?" Like he said something really disrespectfully to change the subject and start laughing. And I was like, "No, you should move in with me." And you were like, "Man, I think I have to go. I got a show tonight at 8:00. It was like something crazy. And I was like, "Babe, I'm serious. You should move in with me." And he was like, "What would that be like?" And then I sat there and pulled my phone out. I got the note. I still probably have the note in my other iPhone. I typed up how much his rent was, how much mine was, how much the bills came to. And I was like, this is how much you pay separately. This is how much I'm paying separately. If we live together, this would cut all that in half. And he was like, and you'll still be cooking like you do? And I was like, yeah, I'd still be cooking. And then he was just like, why'd you make that face? Because
I'm listening. I'm listening. I'm sorry.
You're not listening because you made that dramatic ass face because I haven't been cooking this week. My baby made me breakfast this morning.
I'm sorry. I should have made that face.
Anyway, so that's how I remember it. It started from that garage sale, and you laughing me off when I said, "Do you want to move in with me?" And you were like, "Oh man, is that a yellow rose? Or I've never seen yellow. I thought they only came in red." And I was like, "Babe, I'm having a conversation with you right now."
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
On my mama,
Oh,
I have no memory
I know
of that
you don't
whatsoever.
because it's not important to you. You told us at the beginning of the show things that are not important to you.
And I should even rephrase. I'm not gonna rephrase it. I'll add this to that. Not only is it not important to me, but a lot of times where I'm not the focus of the memory, I have no reason to remember it. Like, you know, when you talk to people and they say,
I found the note.
"Hey man, you remember when we took the drive and we went to that McDonald's, we almost crashed?" I'm like, nah, because in that story, you're the driver. I wasn't harmed. I have no need to remember that.
The note is called Moving In Together and it's dated February 13th, 2023. Look at that.
Wow. And we had this conversation?
Yes. And I showed you what you'd be saving and everything. Because I was like, you don't pay this electric bill anyway. So you might as well move in with me.
And not pay an electric bill.
And still not pay it, but at least everything will be under my name. Anyways, laughing. What's up, silence? Sometimes when you're about to propose to someone, it's good to write down some notes of what you want to say. That's exactly what she said to me, but I was on someone's couch. She saved a stray. Z-Dog said, which I thought was kind of funny when you were talking about how you almost didn't move in with me. He said, so you almost passed up some in-house head.
Go to Lexi's.
Tap it. This one?
No, earlier. Oh, right here.
Oh, well, if you go back to the conversation about that girl.
Yeah.
Was she a rat? And then also, Brandy said she called you Hollywood. All because I don't want to hear you drop a deuce don't mean I changed. Exactly.
That's what it was, mind blowing to me. And that's the accountability. It's like at no point did she say, you know what? I could see how that could be disgusting to somebody. It was continuously defending her perspective. And that's when I knew that I was vibrating at a level that was higher than her, because I've always been somebody that could admit when I'm wrong. I could always also tell you, I know why you're mad at this, and I'll give you that. But this is my perspective. So if you're not even able to do that, we have no reason to ever talk. So the thing that people from Detroit and a lot of people around the world like to do is, if you're in a place differently than they are, whether that be in your life physically or whatever they think is maybe financially or career, they will always tell you Hollywood or this job has changed you or something like that. And it can't just be the fact that I'm not an 11-year-old boy that looks at you like your poop smell like roses and this is disgusting. Like you should be able to be criticized and it not be the end of the world.
Well, hopefully she's watching this podcast because, you know, when you're mad at somebody, your haters are your biggest fans. We have two people in the green room.
Yeah, it's going to be a second. It's the green room. Stay right there in the green room.
So don't go anywhere.
So to your point, wow, I have no memory of that I have no recollection of that memory. And what was your answer to his question?
And also, so February 13th, 2013 is when we made that list. So he moved in probably the very next month. And then, well, what you gonna do? You gonna marry that girl? You can't be living in sin, or however she worded it. So the very next month was my birthday. He asked me to marry him on my birthday. Gave me a big surprise party on the rooftop of the Standard Hotel downtown, which we had never gone to before, but somebody must have given me this great idea. My friends and family were there, and it was a big surprise. They thought they were coming to my surprise birthday party, but it was actually my surprise proposal. He kind of stumbled on the words that he said. We have it video recorded because Tahir recorded it for us. He was there with a professional camera, which almost spoiled the surprise because I saw him early. But I know I've answered this question before when I knew it was you, but it was seeing how vulnerable you were with me, and then seeing you in that red sweater. That red sweater showed me. And
that red sweater let you know in that moment that you wanted to be my wife.
Yes.
That's ridiculous.
Because I already was in love with you. I already wanted to have this life partnership with you. And just seeing you in that red sweater, I was like, oh, this is what we'll look like sitting on our porch drinking lemonade. I was like, okay.
Shout out to that red sweater. I don't even know what happened to it. It was a nice sweater.
I don't want you to ever wear it again. It did its purpose.
Listen, that sweater, let me tell you something. You see how this shirt is sitting on me right now? That red sweater used to hang on my shoulders and chest and arms, and it made me feel like Superman.
And I did used to say I was your Lois Lane because we were watching Smallville.
A lot.
We were binging that. So CT definitely looks like he cried when Tanj walked down the aisle because I know she was looking like, yeah.
No, I actually didn't cry. I smiled ear to ear. She cried. I didn't know.
I cried when we were doing our vows, huh?
No, yeah. As we were doing our vows, you were crying, and The only reason I think in hindsight that I didn't cry is because I'm painfully shy when I'm in front of people, guys. Like, I know it might not seem like I am,
no sense.
but if I'm not doing stand-up comedy in front of a group of people, I am painfully shy. So the fact that everybody was looking at me before she walked down the aisle, I was very uncomfortable. And then as soon as she came down the aisle, you would think all eyes are going to be on her because she's the bride in the dress, but they're looking at me to see my reaction to her. And I was even more uncomfortable. But looking at how beautiful Tanjareen was, I smiled from ear to ear because I was definitely happy, but I didn't cry.
Thank you.
And then I start feeling like a jerk when I see other weddings and I see guys cry, and I'm like,
how dare you? TanjareenandCT.com has our wedding pictures. So if anybody wants to see them, they're there.
Yeah, it's like the Justice League wedding. I mean, it's like the wedding between Flash and Iris. Like all the members of the Justice League was there. Yeah.
Talking about your groomsmen?
No, I'm talking about everybody at the wedding.
Oh, the guests and all that? Yeah. I see. I pulled a couple of memes we can read real quick, and then we'll get to our guests.
Yeah.
One thing I wanted to ask.
Which one?
This is recent. Your girl Glorilla tells women to be toxic for the rest of their 20s. Don't get in your 30s thinking you could just slash some tires. You're too old for that now. So I'm thinking about toxicity. I'm thinking about when women do things for revenge, when they get hurt by a man and they want to slash the tires, or they want to, show up to the job and cuss them out or spray paint the side of the house. How old is too old for toxic revenge? And have you ever done anything or had anybody do some toxic revenge to you?
24 is probably the oldest that you can be, because 25, you're supposed to be thinking on another level. Also, have a group of people around you that you can actually listen to be confronted on your BS. A lot of times we have these friendships and people validate the BS that we be on, and you don't need that. You need people to be able to tell you you're wrong and for you to accept it, as opposed to people to validate this dumb behavior. I have never taken revenge on anyone. I'm not that type of guy, and I also don't attract that type of woman.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
You love rats.
Yes.
You're from Detroit.
Yeah.
Have you not hurt a woman in Detroit enough? Because you got to go through that phase of toxicity. You got to go through that phase of somebody coming up to your job and cussing everybody out or trying to fight your mama. Like, what have you been doing? You said you're from Detroit.
Just because I'm from Detroit don't mean that it's full of rats. There are some amazing women in Detroit.
But you like rats. You prefer rats.
No. I love rats. Just because I love rats doesn't mean that it also doesn't mean every rat is the rat that you're talking about. Some rats just don't have money. Some rats are just all voice and no drama.
Voice, though, be the one that be yelling back at you, yap, 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 in a rat voice.
No woman has ever been in a relationship with me. No woman has ever consistently had my physical time and ever disrespected me. I don't attract those women. So although I am attracted to a problematic-ish type woman, doesn't mean that I will keep them in my life or even I know that somebody is unhealthy for me and won't even give them the opportunity to do that to me. And as far as fighting my mother has terrified me my whole life. So there have been so many women that she just taught me to look out for, to stay away from.
All right, let's see what some of you guys are saying. First of all, about the wedding, Jordan Taylor said you should treasure that red sweater. Z-Dog said, Tanj always crying. She looks dead puppies on fire. Boom, tears. Well, of course I would cry about dead puppies on fire.
Z-Dog, you wild.
Silence, how dare you didn't cry, CT. Monty wants to know, how old are these men? If you're talking about the toxic revenge, I'll say they're within the same 5 years of the person who would be doing the revenge. That's how them young gals end up with old husbands, Guy Tripp says. Z-Dog, the people with influence is very misleading. When you know better, you do better. You're talking about Glorilla giving that advice. I think a person who's toxic at 25 will be toxic all the time unless they heal themselves. That's a good point. 58 plus is your answer? That's how long?
That means he's still toxic.
You're still toxic. I love it.
That's funny.
Revenge is never the answer to your problems, Jordan Taylor says. I've never been the type to be on that type of time. It's not in me. Also, you married your childhood sweetheart. Like, you guys have been together since high school. So I don't know if you got a chance to be toxic, Lexi. But I seen some fun, toxic stuff growing up. And I thought that was what a relationship was supposed to look like. And when I would see, the wrestling or, the cutting up the Jordans because you know he loves his shoe collection, so you slice them all up, or you take one of each shoe while he's at work, so he can't wear none of his shoes. Woo! I would see my girls and I'd be like, oh, I wish somebody would make me mad so I could do some of this stuff. But
didn't I pay for that TV that you broke?
What do you? Now I'm on my Tyler Perry show.
I'm starting to think about it.
What are you talking about, baby? What
when
TV?
You broke the TV in an old apartment? Didn't
Sweetheart,
I have to pay for that?
Sweetheart, the statement
I remember that
has assumptions behind it. For example, it is assuming that I broke a TV.
You know I wouldn't.
I wouldn't break you talking about the TV that was in our bedroom?
Yeah, you broke that TV.
I spent most of the time watching. I didn't break the TV.
How did it get broken? You don't even believe yourself.
We broke the TV.
We broke it? You threw something at the screen.
You threw me at the screen.
I did not throw you at the screen.
You threw me at the screen.
I did not throw you at the screen.
We broke that TV.
No.
And that's why you pay for it. You want to bring that up?
You are a liar.
We used to wrestle a lot, and there was no referee to stop us, y'all. We just would do, somebody would get tired or tap out, or I'm really nimble, so I could just like get from under his arms.
We got into a fight one time, and this extra, no, he wasn't extra, he was a PA. This PA was walking by.
You talking about the time I punched you?
Yeah, Tanjareen punched me in the jaw, and he just walked by like he was looking for something else. He's like
singing Andy Griffith theme song because he didn't see nothing.
That's how I understand how boxers lose fights, because you see a boxer get hit in the jaw and they're discombobulated for a second. I get it. Because you be watching a fight, you're like, come on, man, he just hit you in the jaw. That's all it takes.
And sitting there like, I was just watching videos today with the guy you sent me, the older man, the older Caucasian man was fighting the black guy, and he got knocked out. So Twice. He came back for another round of different day, and he did a pre-interview, like, yeah, I'm not gonna go out like that again. Felt the same exact way as the first time. Even landed on the side the same way he did before. While CT turned Tanj into a thick ass projectile. Yeah, he just like,
that's a lie.
That's why he loves WWE, you guys. The way he be throwing me around the house.
That's a lie.
You both stumbled on the same exact time. You both stumbled at the same exact time in the TV. Fail. So no harm, no foul. Exactly.
That's how I know this is a real memory, because I remember it. She threw something at the TV.
You remember that, but you don't remember how we moved in together. You don't remember what you did this week. You don't remember how you couldn't think of what to say at the end of extravaganzas, but you remember.
I remember you threw it at the TV.
I threw something at the TV.
You know how? Because
why would I do that?
When I get angry, I'm not the type to break things, because I take care of my things.
I don't either. I don't break things.
I don't make messes. I don't break things. I remember I got mad a couple of weeks ago, and I was going to slam the door, and I was like, nah, this is my door. Like, that's the kind of guy I am. I still have sense.
Oh, my ex that I lived with in college, I went through so many, back in the day, you had a phone at the house, a cordless phone. So many phones were thrown against the wall, not by me, by him. Broken. Of course, I'm the one that will repair them. So many holes in the sliding closet door because they would get kicked through or punched through. Those were the days.
Having joy remembering that kind of stuff.
Yeah, man, I got a bit about that I said on stage when I was in the IE about how I miss toxic relationships. They used to be fun.
You know what's funny about you saying you miss toxic relationships? They used to be fun. Ron G made a video a couple of weeks ago where he was like, marriage is boring. He's like, a good marriage where you're a good man and she's a good woman, it's boring because it's peaceful. And a lot of times we don't know how to appreciate peace. And it's true. I've been bored out of my mind for at least 2 years because I'm like, it's just peaceful. Now, do you want peace or do you want that kind of joy?
I want excitement. So that's why I start stuff with you every now and then. I've done that our whole relationship.
You said that before. I remember hearing that.
I learned that my assistant was dating.
I remember that.
My previous assistant was dating a Taurus, and she told me that she starts a little fights with him every now and then because it's just too peaceful. I'll just use that word. And he needs that. And they ended up getting engaged and going off and getting married. I need to check on them, see how they're doing. But I was like, let me take that advice.
If she kept that up, he's probably an accountant.
So I do that with him, and he thrives off of that. He loves it.
I don't
you
love
love
that.
it. Let me finish. Let me read these, and then we'll get to the two people who've been patiently waiting in the green room. Let me see. Revenge is never the answer to your problems. This one says revenge is one of the 7 sins. Some rats just like to twerk, and that's probably the kind.
Some rats like to twerk.
So you go from hood mouse to hood rat, Randy says with the laughing emojis. I seen a rat poke herself in the eye, waving her acrylics in the air. Ooh, that's a lot of waving, Guy Trip. People who do that toxic stuff were probably raised in a dysfunction and didn't know better. That's the point. I saw it when I would go visit my friends who live down the street. I saw their older brothers and sisters fighting like that. So I was looking forward to growing up and fighting like that too. And then I ended up in a relationship that was toxic. And I was like, oh, this is because I saw it growing up, and I think this is what it's supposed to look like, but it doesn't have to look like this. And it took me ended up in the hospital, because y'all do know I'm a domestic violence survivor or whatever, but it took me ended up in the hospital. Not by me. Obviously, I'm a survivor.
Yeah.
To realize that relationships don't have to look like that. Fun and toxic in the same sentence is wild as hell. Shut up in your what is it? I was gonna say malnourished. Your properly nourished, beautiful relationship, Lexi. Don't nobody care.
Beautiful children.
Yeah, shut up. A 20-year-old girl that was cheated on may burn clothing and scratch cars. A 60-year-old will hide your Viagra and report you for Medicaid fraud. I like that. I like that. That's funny.
All of you stupid, man.
She's clever. Toxic, no
hide your Viagra and report you for Medicaid fraud. Those are two problems you don't want.
And it shows how she thinks.
She's methodical.
It shows how she thinks.
And diabolical.
Whoa, tangent TV breaker. I'm not.
You broke the TV.
My wife hit me with a flying elbow, Guy Trip says, off the couch.
That's crazy.
So did you throw her head first or sideways like WWE through a table? Let them know.
That's a lie.
Oh, you don't want to talk about it? Okay. I ain't finna tear up my ish because I'm mad at you. Exactly, Randy. That's the thing. The guy that I dated before used to tear up my stuff. And I'm like, man, I don't have anything in the house I can throw back at him because it's all mine. I don't want to tear it up. I'm the person that'll put my tools to work and just take down doors and stuff. Slam that. Oh, my mother took my door off when I was in high school. She said she was tired of me slamming the door. And she was like, if you do it again, I'm going to take it off. And I came home one day and I had no door. And I was like, well, there goes my privacy for a while. So
that's how you got to do, Tanjareen. You got to inconvenience her because her mouth is crazy.
My mouth is like this because of you. I told you. I've never talked like this to anybody else.
Then don't start with me.
I have to defend myself because your mouth is crazy. You be out of pocket. Patrice says, I can't even imagine you angry, Tanjareen. You are so level-headed, caring, and reasonable. Thank you. I am Reverend Reend. I am Tanjareen, the bringer of energy, health, joy, and light. So tell us if you're watching now in the comments later for the replay, what age is it time to stop with the toxic revenge in relationships?
And what time is it time to stop the lying? Because Tanjareen has y'all fooled. What's the next comment?
First of all, you're not gonna say that, and then just go. That's how you did me when I said you want to move in together. You're like, yeah, what's the next comment?
What's the next comment?
You know what?
What did they talk about over there?
I spiced it up by hiding her stuff and watching her look for it. Oh, that's wrong. She wants to blame me, but can't prove it. But it's your fault, guys.
That's crazy,
that's ridiculous. Marriage should never get boring, but excitement them for what comes next.
Excite them for what comes next.
Thank you. My marriage is extremely peaceful. We had so much respect for each other. I miss that. It spoiled me for all subsequent relationships. Sounds like somebody passed away.
With your marriage?
Sorry for your loss, Kent, because it sounds like somebody's no longer with us. Sometimes you got to get caught looking at a random big booty so she catch you and spice it up a little bit. That wouldn't bother me, Randy. I'll be looking before he see him. Never heard someone say your beautiful children like it was an insult. Yes, your beautiful children.
Because your children are so beautiful. I sent her a message the other day. I was like, yo, your children are so beautiful. Your genes matched perfectly. Both kids just sit on the couch with a smile.
Look at them, well behaved, because she's a good mother.
Damn it,
so
man.
Sick of you.
Her and Green Ranger, they're just perfect.
What's up, Jazzy? Was it the chair, CT? Yes, I'm Reverend Rain, you guys. As long as you don't pull that you threw into the TV when you
No, I didn't throw it. Oh my God.
You're older than 21, acting toxic. You're childish. Yes, your wife passed. I'm sorry for your loss.
Oh man, I'm sorry about that, brother.
Patrice, and then we're gonna get to these people that are waiting. Yeah, she must have me fooled. I've never seen her out of pocket. First time I see it, my jaw will drop. And I'll say, there it is. Patrice, you won't see it.
Get ready to have a pillow under your jaw.
I'm an angel.
Because it's gonna drop.
I'm an angel. I'm very level-headed. I'm very centered. I'm very spiritual. I'm very grateful. I'm very giving. I'm sweet. Can you deny any of that?
Nope.
All right, there we go.
Happy house, happy spouse.
Your perfect hair and beautiful bone structure. Take that. You and your perfect hair and beautiful bone structure. Take that. Are you talking to Lexi? All right, let's go to which one you want to go to? Gentlemen, it's Cobra Tay.
What up, though, my guy? What's your question for us, man? Sorry to have you wait for so long.
No problem, man. It's having a relaxing day. Peaceful, got paid, so it's a relaxing day. You feel me?
Can't beat that.
Oh, he's got a new background. Look at this.
I mean, nothing but down around. Ain't nothing but down around. But first thing, say before I get to my question statement is, always come and enjoy the show. Love the background between y'all two because that always had me cracking up. But CT, make sure you check your cash out. There, send you something, man.
Oh man,
well, even
tell you something, boy. Don't threaten me with a good time.
First of all, Z-Dog said,
"Oh, King, you know what I like about King Tay?
What you like about King Tay?
King Tay, you're similar to me, man. And in this regard, I was thinking about this yesterday. When I'm up, everybody around me up, boy, and I appreciate you, man. You out here making a day.
That's how I do. When I'm up, we all up. You feel me?
We all up.
CT all day.
All day. Man.
King Tay, Aeronology Joke says King Cobra Tay is a trendsetter. He put his missing side tooth in the front. Legendary. Salute you, King. That's his way of giving you a compliment. I don't know. Talk to AJ in the Discord. And you escaped the DMV. All right. What's your question?
Question is, when is a good time to tell someone that you have a crush on them, but your crush is happening to be a celebrity?
Oh, here's the thing, man. Damn, because I'm thinking I was about to give you a great solution.
Just tell me to my face, Cobra Tay. I'm right here.
Man,
just kidding.
That's like, for example, if you're around a girl and you like, hey, yo, like, this is what I learned, bro. If you're around a girl and you be like, oh, I got a crush on her, don't tell her yet. Watch how she moves around you. And that crush might change, and or you will know if you even need to say it, if you see something in it. What do you think?
Watch how she moves and see if you need to say it?
Yeah, like, say, for example,
crush is somebody that you know, so that's the thing.
Huh?
It's probably somebody we know, he said.
Who is she?
It's Ayana.
Oh, man. Let me tell you something.
Who's Ayana?
Ayana.
Oh, the artist.
Yeah.
Oh.
Here's the thing.
Well, now the internet knows.
First of all, she's drop dead gorgeous. But I will tell you this.
Friend of the show.
Ayana, the artist, is very sweet. So if you told her, she would smile and she would say, oh, thank you. You know what I mean? But Ayana is someone that she's very particular.
First of all, have you met her in person?
No, that's the thing.
So this is a long shot. This is just a crush over the internet. You're in two different states. She's a gorgeous person who's a content creator, so there's a lot of people who have a crush on her.
Man, so many.
So I don't know what you're going to do to stand out. And even if you did stand out, you don't even live in California.
That's true.
So I think it's a beautiful fantasy, but
leave it a fantasy.
But I don't know where you could go with it because you don't live out here. I
don't want you to even be hurt. Sometimes it's like if you meet a girl, you be hurt. I don't even want you to meet her. I want you to keep the fantasy alive. Like I used to want to I used to have a crush. I still got a crush on Keisha Cole, but I'm like, I don't want to meet her. Because what if I catch her and she don't give me the energy that I want?
Well, you're married, so there's that. Jazzy says, the first question should have been, how do I meet her? And that is hilarious. How do you meet the person that you have a crush on? Should have been the question. Z-Dog says, don't be a fan in the relationship. She got to be your fan or she going to bully you.
True.
I agree with that. There are some women who we know in real life who are on TV and their spouse is not, and they like that. They like that their spouse is able to come to set with them and hang out all day. They like that their spouse will like follow them around on the red carpet, and they like that they're the breadwinner. but that dynamic could be uncomfortable for the guy if that's not what you're into. What are you thinking about deeply right now?
I'm thinking it's all fun and games, Tay, until you could possibly meet your crush. Like, you see how I just said Keisha Cole, and she said, well, you married. It's because we live out here, and I can run into Keisha Cole. And that's why Tanjareen just tried to shut me down.
I didn't try to shut you down. Sometimes you forget you're married, baby. Sometimes you need a reminder.
Oh, I never forget.
Okay, good. Where's your ring?
I'm doing the show with you. Do I need the ring if I'm doing the show with you?
I mean, I have my ring on.
I'm in my shorts.
What does that have to do with your ring?
Today's Wednesday.
Yes, our marriage podcast is on Wednesday.
Today's the middle of the week.
That's when we got married. That's when we do our podcast.
Yeah.
You have to be reminded that you're married, and that is my point. Never meet your heroes. I could. One day I'm going to tell Sophia Loren how I really feel. Jazzy,
you gotta do it.
Good luck with that. Good luck with that. You would have to stand out in some way to get her attention, Kent says.
Yeah, man.
You got any ideas?
Got a couple ideas, but the main thing is I just wanted to hear what y'all was going to say about it. I already had met a couple of celebrities through them coming to the job to perform and everything. I met Queen Latifah, Lil' Kim, all them. So
I'll try to introduce you to Ayana the next time you're out here.
I'll hold you to that.
Bam.
She's always a phone call away.
Bam. AJ said, where's your ring? I'm in my shorts.
I'm in my shorts.
They have nothing to do with each other. It's ridiculous. Well, that was a good question. How do you approach your crush? It's a great question.
Great question.
And it depends on who the person is, and I would say if it wasn't talking about somebody who lived in a different state who had so many other people online who probably have a crush on her, I would say pay attention to their body language when you're with the person, because if they turn away from you when you're talking, or if they try to walk this way in the room and you find yourself following them a lot, and if you ask them if they want to go do something alone, like go grab coffee or go get a smoothie or go to lunch, and they're not interested, or they only do things with you in group settings, then that's your clue that they're not into you, and you don't have to tell them that you have a crush, because you can see that they don't see you that way.
I'm horrible with women, bro. Unless a girl like me, I don't know what to say to them.
Autumn Reed says, celebrity crush that you never met and not in the geographical area equals awkward thanking and share deep into the bless his heart friend zone incoming. Aw, Autumn Reed. That's the new comeback to everything. I'm in my shorts.
All right, Tay. Always a pleasure, my guy.
Thank you for the great question.
And thank you for the cash app.
That was very nice of you. Thank you. Bye. Tay gonna walk up and smile at Ayana, and her whole face gonna be pure entertainment. Aw, I need that.
There she go. Oh, she had the dress on.
Oh wow. Hey.
Ashley White. Oh, there she got no bra. What? She got a bra.
I took the bra off just before the show.
She takes it off for us now. I like the dress.
Perfect.
Yeah, they're very perky.
Wow.
Look at you. Wear your glasses, babe. Put your glasses on.
They are perfect.
They are. They're nice.
Wow. Respectfully.
My last several Tanjareen top talents have been turning yellow.
That's crazy.
In the monetary thing on YouTube.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, what could be going wrong in my top talent
Ashley,
other than her coming in here with her yitties all over the screen and all of this? I don't know, but I've requested a review. Y'all are a super bad influence on Ashley. This is our fault.
I didn't do anything. Her breasts are amazing.
Thank you.
Guy Tripp said, I can see. Never mind, respectfully.
That's crazy.
Hey, he's in his shorts. Okay, we're over time, so let's get to what they are great, respectfully. They are great. We all agree. We all agree. So we've been through a journey with Ashley White since she first came on the show last year. She's been in and out of a relationship that year, met a guy she had a crush on this year, met another guy, intimate with him, whatever. We've been on a journey. We love that you've let us in so much. What is today's question or suggestion?
So my question is, I actually have a couple of them real quickly. So, CT, when did you know how to why is it that guys are afraid to open up, especially being vulnerable with, say, their significant other?
Why is it difficult to be vulnerable?
Yeah, especially if they really love that person, but
Oh, easy, because we don't want to hurt the person that we love. Like, I mean, I've had issues with honesty forever because I never want to hurt people's feelings. And people say that they want the truth, but they don't really want the truth. And if they do want the truth, it's still gonna hurt them. And it's like, that hurts you. It has always hurt me to hurt somebody. So a lot of times men can't be honest with their significant other because of that. Like Tanjareen had to force me. She had to force me against a rock and a hard place to be like, just tell me. And I'd be like, but I'm in shorts. And she's like, just tell me. And I'm like, all right. And then it was her responsibility to not act differently after that. And I remember I was on like a roll of like just like telling her the uncomfortable truths. And then once it hurt her, and I was like, oh, I hurt you. And then she was like, I'll be fine. I just need to process this. And I was like, oh man. And that still stunted me. So that's the short and long answer. What's your other question?
And when y'all both fell, what did it look like to you guys when y'all both fell in love? Like, what does being in love with that person look like to y'all?
Women tend not to respect when guys open up. Most women see what is actually strength as a weakness in men. I wanted to answer your question and say a lot of women want a guy to be vulnerable and want a guy to be honest, but then they judge him when he tells their truth. He tells them their truth. And if you end up saying, you could tell me and I'm not going to be mad, or, you know, how much money do you really have, or how much debt are you really in, or what was you really doing with that girl last night when you were answering your phone? When you get the truth to those answers and you make the person feel bad for giving you the truth, they're not going to be able to be honest and open up with you or their next girlfriend in the future. So just be mindful of that, ladies, when you ask for the truth. Why are you asking? Are you asking to tear the relationship and make him feel bad for sharing? And you said, how did I know when I was in love? What was your question?
What did it look like being like? What's it like being like? What did it look like being in love? Like, how do you know you're in love with that person? Like, being in love, like looking like or feeling like?
I've talked about the butterflies that I would get when I would see him out when we were dating. If we ended up at the same comedy club or the same somebody's birthday party, I would have butterflies like, oh shoot, he's here. You know that they do on TV. How's my breath? How's my hair? Kind of thing. Like, I want to make sure that I'm pleasing to him. I think there's a difference when you come home to somebody. If you're going to drive around the block 6 times, like, oh, I got to go in the house to this person.
Why were you in the garage for 30 minutes?
Versus running my lines.
No, I'm giving an example on why I'm like, damn, she's not happy.
Last night, I came home late after I went to the screening of my new show, the cast screening. I came home and I was in the garage for like 23 minutes. And when I got out the car, he was like, why were you in the garage so long? But I had a self-tape audition, and I knew sitting upright in my car was a good position. And before I lugged everything out of my house and carried it up to the 3rd floor, I just sat right there to read the lines.
Ain't no 3rd floor. Subscribe to everything.
Please, patreon.com/Tanjareen and patreon.com/CT is dope. But yeah, being excited to come home to him let me know that I was in love with him. And if you're not living with the person, being excited to spend time with them lets you know you're in love with them. And there's a difference between lust and love. Lust is when you can't wait to sleep with them again. Right. Love is when you can't wait to see them happy, spend time with them, go on a date with them, share a meal with them, have a conversation with them, sit around and just talk about how your day went on the phone with them, find out about their family, find out, what makes them tick, what makes them happy. Like, that's love. But we mistake lust, and we're just like, oh, cash me again and send me back home. That's different. So those are my examples.
I noticed that they're both, like, a lot of people like to mesh both of them together. Like, they blur both of those things together a lot to where they confuse the two to, like, if that makes sense.
Of course they do. I think the creator made them close so that we could multiply. He wanted to make sure that we could continue to make people. So he made them very close, but we have to use our brains to realize the difference. I
knew when I start talking about everything that she taught me and start telling everybody. Like, that's kind of like the dead giveaway for me with her. And nowadays it's more so making my own mental plans with her in mind. Like, all right, bet. And then later on we could do this and we could watch this. And that's how I know.
like I knew he loved me when he flew me to Detroit to meet his mom because it was his money and his time, and it was a big deal. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. Guys don't want to be vulnerable because they don't want to feel weak in the eyes of their girlfriend/wife. But when they feel comfortable, secure in a relationship, and fully trust, they will be open. Autumn Reed, I agree. Anything else, Cutie Pie?
I feel like, for me, kind of like a lot of people, I know a lot of women feel like, oh, a guy is weak if they express their emotions. No, do you not want your guy? You want your guy to be receptive and stuff. You don't want your guy to be a robot. I find a guy that's able to express himself very, very attractive. I mean, we are born with emotions. We're not a robot. We are not artificial intelligence. I mean, but I'm just saying, but yeah, so Tanjareen, I replayed back that your expression about how after I ended the poetry, you're like, "Where's your mother? Where's your mother?"
Yeah, because you were hiding from her after your outside incident last time. So then you came on my show being all erotic. I just want to know where your mother was. Z-Dog says, "Is this the demon time sundress for outdoor escapades? Is this the sundress?"
No, but this is usually I twerk in this dress most.
She's out of control. If I play a video of the first time you came on one of my shows versus now, you had a hoodie on before. Glasses and a hoodie. Now it's braless in a sundress. We gotta go. We love you.
I ain't mad at it.
I'll see you. I know you're not. And make sure if this man sends you a ticket, do not get on the plane because I already see you sending for her.
I did not send for Ashley.
I said, don't send for Ashley.
I am not going to promise that. Goodbye.
Don't send for Ashley.
I'm
She's
not.
so sweet and
Yes,
innocent.
she is.
Don't corrupt her.
She's so thick.
She is thick. She's thick as hell. What's up, Andrea Lily? Thanks for tuning in.
Lily.
Reply to AJ's message on Patreon. He said, speaking of Patreon.
Patreon.com/CTisDope.
Yes. Why your guy can't be a robot? You twerk like one. Z-Dog. I gotta start reading these comments ahead of time. Lord have mercy.
Detroit is so romantic at night. That's true.
Patreon.com/CTisDope. Tanjareen.com/ Patreon.com/CTisDope. Anyway, we got to get out of here. Hold on. Patrice says, Lord have mercy, this new generation, I'm still catching up. Respectfully, why don't either of you find it disrespectful for a woman to step in a conversation by swinging her bra and shaking her boobs? Are y'all really okay with that or pretending you are? I don't have a jealous nature, but I can imagine a woman doing that knowing I'm sitting there with my husband. So she's single, Patrice. I don't know who you're referring to about disrespectful, but Ashley's completely single.
We love Ashley.
We love Ashley, and she's just learning, discovering her body and just learning to be comfortable in her skin. She's been on a long journey of gaining even more self-esteem. So if you're talking about her, she's single. And so we don't judge. Ashley knows my homie Barbie. Okay, AJ. All right. Not mind your business, Patrice. Shut up, guy. Guy saying that disrespectfully because he wants to see the shaking, not because he's disrespecting you, Patrice. Mind your business, Patrice. Let her shake. If the D is amazing, you can easily feel like you're in love, and you can be in love with just the D. That's true, Autumn Reed.
Jesse said.
Listen, Patrice. Mind your business, Patrice.
Oh man,
Patrice ain't in her shorts. That's funny.
Shorts.
I like Auntie Patrice. She knows something. Yeah, she's smart. She's been married for how many years, Auntie Patrice? Ashley, the homie, bye, Shaquandra. Okay, Randy. All right, we gotta go. I love you. Anything you want them to know before you hang up?
Yep. Time to go.
It's time to go. This is a too short song when we go to the skating rink. This was fun. Oh, look at you. You ready to try to practice the choreography? Look, it goes this way first to the right. It goes to the right. It goes, baby. 5, 6, 7 to the right. 6, 7 to the right, then to the left.
Okay.
You're not going to the left. Then you go this way and
to the right.
Arms folded.
And I go to the left.
Thank you guys so much. Make sure you're part of patreon.com/Tanjareen because that is where I will be posting some more exclusive footage of the new show that I'm on. And it's just also a way for you to only spend 20 cents a day, but support this journey while I'm out here on strike. Z-Dog said in capital letters, do the dance, Clayton. He types Clayton. He wild. Ashley, she's out that way. Da, 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 da.
Oh, is that right?
That's how you say your name, Z-Dog? It's spelled Z-C-H-A. I call him Zachariah, but that's not his name. Ezecha is what C teachers called you. All right, I lost my. What you say?
You gotta take him with some Epsom salt.
That's hilarious. Oh my God, Patrice said she's been married for 42 years. Y'all listen to her.
How long y'all been having?
How long have y'all been happy? CT said. Ooh, put that later. All right, you guys, give it a thumbs up in the YouTube page. Please type a comment under the video on the YouTube page and let me know in the comments what part of this I should make into a promo clip because I haven't been able to figure out for the last couple episodes and I haven't done it. So what should be a clip? Tell me in the comments and thanks for watching. Bye. Peace and love, everybody. Thank you, Randy. Send Ashley the dress next door, the next dress to wear.